So we're in a machine. We're in a computer simulation. In that you get to make your choice, Leviticus 17:11, with your blood, what you will do. I put before you life and death. Choose. We've been confused about everything, and you'll see a video I make later with this picture of this man who kept a bottle with a certain plant in it for over 40 years, and you know, it was able to just continue growing by eating itself, so to speak, because it was dying and being born over and over again. And what does that teach us? It teaches us that we're on a parallel plane of existence. It's one coin, two sides. It's a flat earth grid. It's also known as the dish. It's like a bowl. That's why it's called the Bible. That's the book or the cube that you've been squared in. But it is the law of the land, you know, and everyone has to put their hand on a Bible. It doesn't matter what you believe, even if you're an atheist, and all your leaders are sworn in on a Bible. 2 Corinthians 4:4, Satan owns this world. You can look up blood over intent. You can go to gizmodo.com. You know, it's clear who holds the spear of destiny. We're like in a ride, and we're, you know how if you go to the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland or Disney World, and you get in, the bars close on you, okay? We're all locked in. We're all in our carbon 666 meat pack. We're made of water and blood. We're bags of blood, you know, except for our consciousness that was given by our Creator with our blood to make a choice. You know, it's as if we're before the wall of heaven, right? Which is interesting because wall backwards is law. You know, it's that ignorance of the law excuses no one. And Satan's been saying for years, you will join him blood thick or you will expire. And see, I can see that if you didn't put your blood over intent and you don't go into the Garden of Eden, then it's like you chose death. So you wanted to experience that or something. And I don't know why I have this, like, I mean, I can hear Satan's voice in my ears. Like, I know his voice will resound and echo through, and everyone will see and know. And I would never want to feel that. The thing is, the end of days are good. It's that Satan is the good guy. He's here to bring forth heaven on earth. It's like my blood brother said. He's the anti-crisis. He's the one who is the spear of destiny to lead us into the Garden of Eden to drink from the living waters. Everything that we've learned is a lie, and we learned the reverse of truth in all things. So it's simple. It doesn't matter what we believe or how much we say or what we go study or what we think is reality. It's that we were given our blood by our Creator to make an atonement for our sins or for our filthy souls. You are locked into a machine. And as scary as it is, think about how everything remains stable. You know, it's that you have to stand in truth, right? Rooted, immovable, united. What is more powerful than that? So, you have to choose. And see, you can take the ride and you can go through and see all the cool things. I mean, everybody's in the cube right now. I'm using this as a tool at the moment. Not that I don't ever want to play, but there's a difference between playing a little and being gone. I mean, just look at the Oculus headset. Like, everybody's gone. They don't want to know the truth. They're gone. But again, it's eyes on the prize. You can't focus on that. obviously that's the case. Look at all of the billions of people there are, and there's only 144,000 in the book of life. You are legally dead. You're a silly human slave. If you play that in reverse, it's feels then we heal us. Okay? We need to feel with our heart. You need to listen with your heart and unite blood thick with your brethren by writing, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release all from bondage. Or you could write, I intend to usher in heaven on earth, and spill a few drops of your blood over those words. You pinprick your finger with a sewing needle. And you need to be making atonement daily. You can wait for your next boo-boo. You can do both. It's that these are the end of days, and they're good, but you have to fly your colors clear. We're on the high seas right now. And so talking about that, there's a reason why the Holy See in Rome is blocked off from anyone, and they're all doing their own thing. And let me tell you, Jesus on the cross represents a lot of things, but the true Jesus is the sun above your head. It's spiraling in and spiraling out. So, for example, they tell you that, you know, they're, like the Holy See in Rome says they're in charge till Jesus comes back, right? But Jesus comes back every day. So, like, they own you legally. Like, you don't understand. They have old ladies and little children reaching out to greet the Pope when the Pope burns the papal bulls onto the flesh of a newborn infant and sacrifices it, because this simulation realm that we're in responds to blood, and they're using innocent blood selfishly. That's why New York's called the Big Apple, right? Because your children are the forbidden fruit. The blood of your children reverses aging. And this is, you know, people say beware of the occult and things. This is the darkness with the light going in, showing you what that was. These school shootings, there's also no deaths in the Death Master file for it, but you know, there's a reason why they'd want to take your sons, right? And they have to be enlisted in the army. And these fake wars and all these things are not real. You know, if you think you're protecting your country, you got to realize you have things flipped. What you're supposed to do is be united blood thick with your countrymen. And if anything, you'd have a civil flag. Well, we're in a fucked up situation where the military flag is the one that's being flown. And they're promoting things like space in front of you, and they're sending, you know, your children off to fake wars and slaughtering them and using that blood selfishly, like over the Georgia Guidestones, to legally wipe out mass numbers of people. Because, you know, it's whatever Satan says that's truth. Always, he leads the way. But it's my feeling that they've been drinking from the living waters, and we've all been dying for a long time, being recycled by the moon. You know, the sun gives life. It gives you your flesh, bones in your body, and it's that the moon is, you know, killing everyone. And or, you know, it's like a wave, right? There's people dying and people being born at the same time, so it kind of makes that infinity loop. Only it's not supposed to be that way. This place isn't supposed to exist. We're supposed to all be drinking from the living waters and having heaven on earth. The thing is, even though we say, okay, these reptilian beings are controlling us and this and that, we're reptilian hybrids. I don't know if it was an experiment or what. It's all we need to do is unite blood thick in truth. You know, you have your cell phone, you have your job, you have the things that you love. Maybe like me, I used to love to see the tarot readings. It doesn't matter. It's that the only thing that actually matters right now is the Holy Grail. Getting the book of life filled. Getting every person's name that you can, every person you can, side by side with you, blood thick. You know, we're uniting peacefully. Though we don't say peace because we want wholeness. So we're uniting in wholeness by our blood through the Ethernet, the internet, okay? And it's called internet for a reason, like everyone into her eye zone. It's that your creator is not heartless. It's that, you know, we're all given bits and pieces of wisdom and knowledge. Sean, I am the walrus, said this, and we all, you know, learn from each other. And Satan leads the way, eternal. He's the cornerstone of this, and he always will be. He's the spear of destiny. So, it's that we all have, you know, bits and pieces of wisdom to bring together. But it's that we don't know when the time is, you know. We don't know what's going to happen. And, you know, what's really the key to learn from these school shootings? Because just like pointing the finger at, oh, they're lying, you know. Well, they're lying because they can take your rights away, you know. Because it's a military-industrial complex. World War II never ended. Everyone's so filthy fucked unless you put your blood over intent, blood thick with Satan. And you can't see it because you're infected with so many viruses. And I don't think that's cool or anything. I'm just telling you like it is. And one of them, the most important one right now for me that I've been thinking of, is the language virus, because we can't fucking stop talking. So one of the first things I learned is, even for myself, I just needed to talk nonstop. And it's really that you have to learn to listen first. The thing is, everyone is just babbling on about useless information. Unless you're leading everyone towards the Holy Grail at the center of the flat earth plane, then, you know, I mean, it's like automatic. You hear anything that doesn't have to do with that, you got to redirect your attention. Now, it's not that you can't learn magical, fun things, but look, it's as if everyone needs to understand we're in an enclosed system, okay, and there is the Holy of Holies at the center, and we all need to usher in heaven on earth in order to be safe from what's going on. They are eating your children, they are raping your children. They're using homosexual, it's like a gay agenda. Now, there's nothing wrong with being lesbian or gay. It's that when it's an agenda and you're raping children and stealing them and burning the papal bulls onto their flesh, and you take a soul print off of everyone's foot and put it in your locker and say you own them like cattle, you're gonna lap it up and go to hell. That's different, right? You know, I'm sure if two people are in love, that's their business, and true love is beautiful. It doesn't matter about that. That's a personal decision, but we have all of this documented proof of these pedophile priests, you know, that are in positions of power, and they are after our children. And what they've done is they've given us toys, phones, they've enslaved us with money, but you think... So let's start again. What the fuck is going on, right? Well, it's that 2 Corinthians 4:4, Satan owns this world, and Satan is Mark Braun. So you hear Satan say often, you think this is a joke? That's kind of funny. This is real. You need to place your blood over intent. You have to be blood thick with him, or you cannot pass into the Garden of Eden. You need to be flying your colors clear way in advance. Anyone who's not blood thick with him ain't going with him. So, it is the highest honor. You know, you need to get your blood up or shut up. And you see, there's a million things we could talk about that's wrong. We have to usher in heaven, united blood thick with Satan, to change it. Talking about the problem only feeds the problem. It does the exact opposite of what we want. So basically, you're in an enclosed system, you're underneath a dome, you're in the light bulb, underneath this amniotic fluid. It's like the miniverse. You're in the Xbox right now. Time's going both directions, towards life and towards death. On this side of the flat earth parallel plane of existence, it's going towards death, as symbolized by Jesus on the cross. You'll find a Bible in every country. You're in a military industrial complex. You are still in World War II. You are in the grill. You know, you're in a snow dome, a snow globe, a snow dome. You know, the Thunderdome. You're a slave, clearly, because you can't own any land. You pay for water in a water world. It's that you don't think you're a slave, and you hear someone call you that, and you're offended. Okay, but again, silly human slaves in reverse us feels, then we heal us. So you need to understand that reverse speech is always truthful, and that's your sign, right? That's your clue that this is real, and that time's going in both directions, death here and life there. So it's going towards life there, and that Satan is the spear of destiny to lead the way, right? So I love you in reverse speech is, we will die. God bless you in reverse speeches, we shall die. So we go around saying, oh, you know, I'll pray for you, and which pray is to pray. Like, you know, a tiger preys upon his prey so he can eat it. You don't want to pray for people. You don't want to pray to your Creator. Your mission here is to bring forth heaven on earth and release all from bondage. So what you want to do is place your blood over your intent. If somebody needs something, or someone's sick, or you found out some bad medical news, you want to write out on a piece of paper, you know, I intend to usher in heaven on earth. And you want to, you know, say, you know, please, I ask for healing, or, you know, you want to do selfless things for other people, you know. So basically, you're waiting for someone to come out of the clouds to save you, but what you don't understand is that because Jesus is the electron above your head, okay, it's 32 nautical miles in diameter, it's buoyant, it's following a circuit, it's roughly 3,000 miles away from you at high noon. It's recording everything onto the Akashic Records, which is the memory of the earth, because it dips its light down into the hole, which is the black hole. This is where we get all of our devices from, like musical instruments, record, everything comes from this nature. And the sun is spiraling in and out, around and around the flat earth plane. It gathers all the information and dips its light down in the hole. This is where the aurora borealis comes out. And so you know that that's happening because you do see the green ash trailing light. It's the green astral light. It's ash trailing because everything is shit. You sit in a pew because it's that everything is shit. It's like you're riding, you need to ride the astral jet out, right? So they have you sitting in a pew in the mouth of the snake, which is the church, because it's a mock representation of the aurora borealis, where you know, you ride the glorious light of the mother goddess out, you know, but instead here they've made it into a fart. So it's pew wee. You're sitting in the pew wee because you're gonna, if you're in a church, you're gonna pay them your money, right? Which is what? Green. And, you know, and they're gonna rape your children and drink your children's blood as a reward for you, and they're gonna continue to enslave you, blood, sweat, and tears. You think this is a joke? You know, the blood of your children reverses aging. These people have been living while we've been dying, and now we have the spear of destiny in the system who is going to take us with him through the exit. And you have to be blood thick, in truth, eternal, you know. So you need to place your blood over your intent. You're you're waiting for Jesus to come, but he comes back every day and he records everything onto the Akashic records. And this machine system, it has no idea who you are unless you're showing it who you are by putting your blood over your intent every day. You know, before you get in the shower, have made a blood atonement. I pinprick my finger with a sewing needle before the shower is the ideal. You know, I'm not perfect. And then I complete it and I finish the rest after I'm ready for the day. So, you know, that's what I've been doing. And so, you know, the blood family is one, and it's beautiful. And, you know, everyone needs to stay inspired. And you see, there's nothing that can bring us down. There's nothing that can make us sad. There's nothing that can ruin anything, because we're being divinely guided and protected, and Satan leads the way. You know, you come into safe haven by placing your blood over intent with him. And the longer you wait to do this is silly. If you want to have your eyes open to the truth, you have to do blood over intent or you can't see it. See, eventually you see it everywhere and everything. It's like Satan said, it's the green plants coming out of the ground. You know, we learned the reverse of truth in all things. And, you know, there's nobody going to the moon. There's not astronauts. You know, you're not a monkey on a ball flying through space as an accident. You're divine and you have a birthright of eternal life. They call it the world because you're spinning, you know, because you believed all these lies. You were indoctrinated. It wasn't education, it was indoctrination. And you learned only lies. And, you know, your grammar is your grimoire. Your spelling is your spells. Your writing are your rights. You are a fucking witch. You are a Harry fucking Potter. You don't have to like it. I don't like it. I didn't like learning that I'm a legally dead zombie monster. I didn't want to be that. I thought I was divine and precious. And see, that's where our Creator is not heartless, because you are divine and you are precious. But you got to stand blood thick in truth. You know, Satan's the spirit of destiny for a reason. He is the one who opened the book of life selflessly by his own blood. You know, so it's like Satan said, you have to flip it all on its head. He would bow before anyone could ever bow before him. This is biblical. This is real. You need to get your blood up, or you need to shut up. If you want to live, you know, it's like you got the sample. If you want to continue, you got to come with us now, because see, this system, like I said, somehow these people have been living while the humans just, you know, they have us all fighting each other over different definitions of words, different definitions of this or that, or descriptions of history. They have us debating things, and that's why it's not even just about flat earth now. It's that there's a holy hole at the center of the flat earth plane, and we all need to get there. We're all looked at as hicks, as rats, as sheeple, you know, and you know, we can win blood thick with Satan, and everyone needs to fill up that book of life. The longer you wait, I don't know when time will be up, and I'll keep putting up my blood for everybody, but I tell you, and it's like Satan said, if you're not screaming out the Holy Grail all the time, then you really just don't see it yet. And you just need to keep placing your blood over your intent. Keep standing in truth. And then you begin to see it more and more and more. And I'm not saying I see everything or that I'm perfect. I'm saying put your fucking blood over your intent. This is real. We're made of flesh. Look, everything's homosexual magic. And again, there's nothing wrong with being in love with a woman if you're a woman, or vice versa. I mean, if you're in love and that's between two people. It's if you're raping children and filling up their assholes and doing like sick blood magic, like burning the papal bulls onto the flesh of a newborn infant, that's different, right? That's like my blood sister Mary Barnes Makovich does beautiful paintings and all of these beautiful gifts daily to the sacrificed souls, and these people who, like, she knows what's going on. Now, she's been teaching me. I don't even, these mothers of darkness things, I don't know what these things are until she taught me. Listen, but it's eyes on the prize. It's that they're really doing this to your kids, and then they turn your kids out by making them retarded with this crazy ass stuff that they watch. You know, every movie is everything you watch. That's why you see the monkeys with the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. You know, I mean, yeah, they look at you like monkeys, but it's that, you know, every movie you watch is another program for your mind. Every song you hear is another program. And, you know, they can be used for good, sure. And what I'm saying is, you're being controlled with this look, the essence of this thing is just filling up the butthole with cum. And I know you're like, oh my God, you can't just say that. Look, I'm just being real with you. Like, it's like the Joker, the new movie, when he's going to be called out, you know, which that's interesting. And he's going to go on stage. He's like, hey, when you let me out. Now, look, I'm sure it's an amazing movie. It looks cool. The thing is, it's kind of funny, you know, because nobody really has any power except for Satan. And then if you're blood thick with Satan, you know what I mean? But it's, you know, when you're like, hey, you know, when you call me out, can you call me Joker? Like, you know, it's all an ass up in the air, like getting banged and filled up, like. And you can say, why are you saying all this? You're being controlled by this sexual magic and the use of your children's blood selfishly to keep you enslaved in this system. And the Creator wants to kill the crew. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's 144,000 that's going to stand blood thick in truth with Satan, who will get to pass into the Garden of Eden, will get to drink from the Holy of Holies and stop counting off their days. So again, it's not so much about attacking this stuff, it's letting people know, if there's any soul out there that can hear me and you want to come into safe haven, you need to get your blood over intent, blood thick with Satan. You know, Optimus Prime just posted a video of all these kids wearing headsets and these things where, you know, they're being tracked and controlled technologically like a robot 24/7. And that's what it's coming to here. You're going to be under complete control. You know, we've already seen the underground tunnels and Walmart. Look, but we can go on and on about that. Let's exclude the horror of what they've done with sacrificing people and controlling you as a slave. You know, also there's Mother Earth, right? Who, there's going to be earthquakes and all of these intense things. And it's like, I don't know how things are going to happen. What I'm saying is, you don't want to go around in fear, because that's draining and totally non-inspiring. But you also have to be wise, right? If Satan said, join me or expire, he said it for a reason. You need to get your blood up next to our own, and you need to stand firm in truth forever. You know? So, you know, I tried to look at this video as if I was telling my mom, you know, or my family, like, if you want to live, you have to get blood thick with Satan. See, it doesn't matter who's supposedly in control. Everything is a lie. The nuclear button is fake. AIDS is fake. Nuclear weapons are fake. Everything you see is fake. It's all staged. Everyone's actors, you know. Everything that you see where they're not pointing out the Holy Grail and standing blood thick with true spiritual currency, which is true wealth, which is your blood in truth, you know, it isn't going to do anything for you. It isn't going to help lead anyone. It's like Satan said, who do you care about? Is there anyone you care about? Like, we need to be gathering everybody in. And, you know, it's like the channel said, is that we need to feel it. See, but I can't say I'm doing everything perfect. I don't always feel it, but I know that's the goal, right? Feeling, thought, and emotion. Combine these three, and you know, that's what it's all about. And bring forth the new heaven and the new earth. You know, Satan leads the way, eternal and truth, forever and always. So please, if you're a Facebook friend, if you just come across this video, you know, you can't, you know, cult comes from the word culture. This is real. This is true. This is a family. This is the tree of life. There is no life outside of this. It's that you're your blood, and you. Okay, so what have we learned? It's that, you see, we're inside of a black hole right now. We're on the outer wall. It's that it's one electron balanced by a positron. So you have, and I was saying this earlier, but I didn't finish. You have the electron, which is the sun above your head, Helios, or Jesus, and he spirals in and spirals out like the lights on your Christmas tree, bringing the seasons. Okay, and that electron is balanced by a positron, and that's the black hole sun, which is 800 nautical miles in diameter. And that's where the green astral jet comes out of, which is the aurora borealis, or the green ash trailing light, which again, they made a joke, you know, as though it's a fart, because, you know, that's what they did. They made your mother, you know, like the holy goddess, you know, the mother of all creation. They made that into, you know, a joke, like she's asshole shithead. You know, they basically made her a beast with horns. So that's the true nature of our reality. It's the Saturn computer that we're inside of. It's an electron balanced by a positron. It's that simple. That's why Satan says there's no way to fuck it up. All this other stuff we've been taught, it's all lies, it's all bullshit. And man, when you clip all that away from you, fuck you, you're so alive, and it's amazing, and you can see clearly. Here you're just a shadow of yourself. Here you're made of clay. You want to become an exclamation, and you do that by getting to the center of the flat earth plane, blood thick with Satan. And, you know, this thing was created in a way that the angel of death will get you in heaven or hell. And what that says to me is that, you know, it's mystical, it's mythical, it's magical. You know, it's that, it's the higher creators that rule. It's the grand architect is one with Satan on purpose, you know. This is destiny. So, you know, that's why it doesn't matter what anybody believes. And Satan doesn't want anyone's money, worship, advice, or sex. He is one with and an extension of the grand architect, here to free everyone from the chains of time and money. You will join him blood thick, or you will expire. We don't know how much time there is, you know. It's that we're like up in the clouds, in the moon, kind of, in a way, and we're coming back down to be, you know, stationary. We've been all loony. We've been on the moon cycle when we need to be on Mother Earth cycle instead. Interesting how cycle is like sickle, so going with that. Anyway, so I hadn't made a video for a while, and I think that it's really important that everyone understand that nothing matters anymore except for getting everyone you know, blood thick with Satan, into that book of life so we can enter the Garden of Eden. You know, we're going to bring back heaven on earth, and, you know, but it is still a mystery. If we care about someone, we got to make Holy Grail videos and point this out. And it's like Satan said, though, eventually you realize nobody seems to care, and that's sad. You know, you're legally dead, you're it's like the reverse speech, where it's, see, they're dead already. Dead be there alreadys. See, they're already dead. Dead be there alreadys. Look, I'm saying that it's that they're already, everyone's dead. That's why they can't respond. They can't put their blood up because they already died, because they never did it. They got recycled. But that's why I'm making this video, because there's still this moment, there's still this present, right? This gift, this moment that we can, you know, do something. We can choose to do something and therefore become animated, become alive. And that's by putting our blood over intent, blood thick with Satan, to bring forth heaven on earth and release everybody else from bondage, because everyone else has been indoctrinated and fluoridated and raped and eaten, or, you know, blinded by lesser magic, because they're telling you all of this legally in movies through your vision, and you see it, but because you speak this fake language, you don't understand that they're telling you all the time that they're eating your children, that they're sacrificing them. So, you know, and they use Islam as a front to have you focused on how horrible that is to you, so you don't see what they're doing right in front of your eyes. They have you in the fishbowl. They have you in the mad den. You're looking at your phone. You're looking at the things that you own, and you don't see what they're doing right behind your back while it's going on, which is planning your ultimate destruction. You need to be uniting blood thick with Satan and truth. This is the only way. I'm telling you, the blood family's been saying it. You know, I stand with my blood family. I stand with Satan, and I'm really thankful. So, until next time.